Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Amy, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light only, with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. Welcome to any new subscribers, okay? Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back, okay? Really and truly, I appreciate y'all. So, this is a Yeshua message, okay? The note is always, I love you, okay? You're being highly protected at this time from any and everything that you could possibly be worried about. So now is the time for you to drop any anxiety or any worry or any fears that you may have about, any deceitful people or anything like that. Like, that does not get you any closer to the door to value, like within yourself, but outside of yourself too, okay? Now is the time for you to just be showing much appreciation and really using the power of your throat chakra or the power of your words to communicate with the divine what it is that you want, what it is that you need. Ask them for clarity on the things that you've been thinking about, and really open yourself up to the cornucopia of beautiful, like, Christ energy that's out here or within you for you to just access. I feel like you are extremely gifted, okay? So very gifted. It says gift, divine inspiration, and awakening, like you are receiving so much beautiful divine inspiration, and it's even giving me like the fairest in the land type of energy, because that lady kind of gave me Snow White energy. So you could really love animals, and or you could love to sing or you could just have like a very beautiful, noble type of energy about you, okay? So what is the overall energy? We got soul kin, recognition, family, and kinship, okay? So you could be a life path number 1 or 6 or 7. So it says we often wish for our relationships to endure long beyond their lifespan. Friendships and relationships have been drawn to us according to the lessons the soul wishes to learn. There are relationships that are more superficial, and then there are those that touch us deeply. With great love comes the possibility for pain, and each of us must come to some kind of peace with the truth that there are relationships that will not be sustained for this lifetime. When we feel this deep recognition, and when we find it very difficult to let a person go, we may be dealing with soul kin, a being with whom we may be traveling through lifetimes. This thread of relationship is strong and connected with you at present, and you have encountered a person who speaks to your very soul. Know that for now, this connection is grounded, nourishing, and full of faith. It may shift and change in time, but for now, the friendship is strong and full of mutuality, respect for each other, respect for each other's growth, and dedication to the highest purpose for you both. In time, this may change as your souls have their own destinies, and this sometimes means there will be a departure from a common code and path. But for now, this connection is one of soul family of kin, and is one you can draw on for your own sustenance, and also contribute to for the beautiful purpose of being a shining light for others, okay? So I mean, this could be literally, you could literally be working with like real people, or you could just be meeting new friends, or like I said, new people coming into your life that you feel a strong connection with, or like even now you could have people that you think aren't ever going to go anywhere, or you could have had people in the past where you thought they weren't ever going to leave, or they would always be around. But he's saying like, okay, so I'm hearing that one verse in the Bible, where it's talking about, I think it's Psalms, okay? I don't know, I'm not sure, but basically talking about people being there for a season and people being there for longer, or it's that same kind of energy. People are in your life for certain seasons, for certain lessons, for certain understandings, for certain things that you can only learn from that soul. And for all you know, you've worked with that soul specifically lifetime after lifetime. And that's why forgiveness is very important, because at the end of the day, any and everybody that comes into your life, even if they're a hater or someone who's constantly attacking you or going after you, they're there to help you and you're there to help them. He's saying that's the only reason why souls come into contact with each other, based off of our path that we're meant to walk, based off of our lessons that we're meant to learn. So just make sure that you're not like holding on to anything too tight, or holding on to the outcome of your relationship with someone else. Just enjoy the parts of the relationships with the people that surround you while you can, so that you can never have any regrets. And when things are over, forgive and release, because this is the most important thing for you. I see this says symbols, signs, and messages, and we got readiness, bounty, and plenty. You could be seeing a lot of symbols and signs about like the different things that are coming in, or maybe sometimes like when you meet people, you get certain synchronicities or symbols or signs about them that let you know. I seen the divine source. Okay, these symbols, these signs, these feelings, they come from the divine. Okay, they come from your guides, letting you know, yeah, okay, we want to deal with this person. We love this person. We like their energy, and you could learn a lot from them, no matter what's their age or sex, or what they do for a job. There's always something that could be learned from someone that comes into your life. Okay, so please be very open to that at this time. Okay, so what gifts are they working on developing at this time? Okay, so we got evidence of spirit. Okay, signs, what I say, symbols, signs, and messages. Okay. So right now you're kind of learning how to read your symbol, signs, and messages. He's saying especially when it comes to other people coming into your life, because I think in the past it used to get like very foggy with you, like I was saying, like you tend to hold on a bit too tight. And maybe in the past this caused you to like to ignore certain red flags or certain signs, or the evidence that spirit provided to you, that maybe this person wasn't the best, or maybe that person was great and they needed to be in your life for a time. Like maybe you didn't trust your decisions when it came to things like this, because you didn't trust your signs. So now is the time for you to really trust in the messages that you get when it does come to people. Trust how you feel about them. Okay, the first time, because it really doesn't take that long. Okay, we know right away if we want to keep someone in our life, or if we like like even if you just have that thought where it's like, okay, I can hang out with them here and here, but I wouldn't do this or that with them, then that's probably a sign that that person doesn't belong in your life. When someone belongs in your life, you kind of want to do everything with them, is what they're saying. He's saying like the people who are your soul kin, they're not in your life just for a little bit of time, or there's no like specific place where you categorize them in your life where I'll hang out with them but I don't want to marry them type stuff, if we're talking about a relationship. Just as an example, it's just saying like it's very clear. Okay, it says the process of validation is an essential part of authenticating the identity of a spirit when creating the link, helping to confirm the continuity of life. Unless a medium can validate the connection with evidence, it's unlikely to be considered authentic mediumship. Okay, so I'm reading that totally different though. He's just saying like unless you receive that authenticating type of energy from spirit about someone that's in your life, unless you receive that like that confirmation or that denial from God, it's like very important that you kind of look at that as evidence that maybe this person isn't going to be around for long, and to be okay with it, to continue to work with absolute integrity even when they're not supposed to be around, or they're not going to stay very long. And we got creative expression, so also they're helping you to work on your creative expression, you getting in very creative with the way that you work with people on the outside of you, or that you even let people in. It's like back in the day, you know, before you mature, you run into all these different people and you see like one thing that you like about them. Like I was saying earlier, saying the same thing again. You see one thing that you like about them, and you're not really like, y'all just kind of go off of vibes. If I'm feeling this correctly, okay? He's talking about like just meeting people and having like these empty interests in each other and not necessarily connecting on like your creative expression, or connecting because it's a divine thing that you're being nudged to do, but more like doing something because you're bored and you've matured past that place. So that's why he's telling you to trust whoever comes in, and to don't be afraid to like switch it up, to switch up the way you make friends, to switch up the way that you date, to switch up what you talk about when you're with your friends or when you're trying to date someone. Okay, be very creative with the way that you express yourself, with the way that you present the many different sides of you, you know. But also be very vulnerable, be very open. Don't like paint a picture for someone when you know that you have all of these other different complexities. Like let who you are show from the beginning in a very creative and natural way, and you'll be surprised what kind of people you attract, or the outcome of the situations that you find yourself in, you know. He's talking about like, I think your creative energies also attract a lot of people. This is what I'm getting, because it says the more creative right side of the brain, you know, like attracting people who are just as interested in the things that you are interested in, you know. Yeah. And then trusting your gut that you attracted the right people for you at the right time, and just, you know, treating them accordingly, okay? Your clairsentience is very strong gut instinct, very strong will, okay? So try to make, like, don't focus so much on making an impression when you do come into contact with these new people or these more supportive people. Don't focus so much on, you know, the impression that you leave on them, and focus more on just expressing your true self for them to like, for them to you know, take you all in. Like just express yourself how you do it, and don't worry so much about, you know, what people are going to think, or how they're perceiving you, or how they're, you know, receiving whatever it is that you have to offer, you know. I feel like maybe sometimes if you're too open or too vulnerable with certain people, like you have the tendency to feel very exposed, you know. But also that expressing that kind of vulnerability, and like being very firm and secure in your own creativity and the way that you express your energy, has the tendency to make other people feel exposed, or to make them feel like they're not doing enough, and then they're just going to run, and you just don't have to worry about that. Or if you don't let them run, if you be a chaser, then, you know, there's always the possibility of them being someone who stabs you in the back. So you just have to really trust the things, like the information that you get. We got territory, okay? I don't really know why we have territory. So we got abundance and we got distraction, okay? So I don't know. Maybe you have certain people around you who can be a bit of a distraction to you sometimes, you know. Sometimes you're put in a situation where you're around people who are very territorial, and like I said, they feel very exposed by you and by your energy, but it's all just a distraction from the true abundance of you at the end of the day, from the fact that there is a whole nother group of people who won't try to distract you from what it is that you're really meant to do. They will encourage your creative expression, and not, you know, make you like prove your love to them all the time by providing some sort of gift, or by like sharing your abundance with them all the time. Like people who won't just look at you like you're the money, you're the bag, you're the cornucopia, and expect so much from you. I heard like self-worth, you know, self-love. I think this is something that they're really working with you on healing at this time, healing certain ghosts of the past when it comes to like the way that you connect with other people, and the way that you allow them to operate in your space. Like this is a really big focus for you at this time. So pay attention to the signs and the nudges that you're getting at this time, you know. You could be seeing pearls, or, you know, watches, or time could be very significant. You could be like, he's saying you could be being late a lot, or you could be like feeling like you don't have enough time or you're running out of time in some sort of way. So like a lot of watches and clocks could be catching your attention because maybe there's something you need to look into. You could look at the symbolism of a watch or of a pearl or of a key, okay, or of a rose, a red rose specifically, okay, or like a conch shell symbolism. But I think with this, there's a picture right here. It's like an old picture. Maybe you could have recently went through your old photo albums or something, but it's like back down memory lane type of energy, like you're having a hard time leaving your memories of the past relationships and the past people in the past. And he's saying like it's an issue of forgiveness. There's some, like, you have to forgive those people. They were seasonal. They didn't belong in your life, and because sometimes we refuse to let go, bad things have the tendency to happen in order to shake everything up and to get certain people out of your life. What's exposed in territory? Yeah, we got the Ace of Wands, okay? So sometimes you just have to accept the season, like accept the time that you have with the person for what it is, and like stop holding on to what you think it should have been or what your idea of that person is, because people have shown you who they are, and it's very important that you just trust in what it is that you see. Trust in your connection with the divine, that you are truly getting the evidence and the signs of if you want to deal with the person or not. Yeah, we got the Wanderer, okay? Like you're kind of, he's saying it kind of like you wander from like people to people, you know, like you could be someone who it seems like, oh, no one ever sticks around in my life, you know. But it's almost like, you know, you're the person that comes into people's life for a season. It's like they're not leaving you, you're leaving them, okay? But sometimes it's like once you evolve past that type of energy that they're offering you, or once you learn the lesson, or once they've learned their lesson from you, then everything just gets separated. You just get separated. Like you're the seasonal one. And this is something that you need to embrace. He's saying it like you have an extremely big soul family because you are tapped into the energy of oneness. So you need to be very open to the fluidity of life and the way that things flow, and really believe that there is a reason why people come and go out of, you know, in and out of your life. We got the Six of Stars, okay? But it kind of wanted to come out in reverse, and that gives me the energy of like you are not, it's like you're getting more distracted by the fact that people come and go rather than really accepting it as a gift and understanding the reason why people come and go, you know. Like the Wanderer gives me that star seed, you know, kind of homesick, feeling kind of lonely, like you don't have very many people you can lean on or you can talk to, or like you even belong here sometimes. Ooh, it's like that made me so emotional too. Like I almost just dropped a tear. But it's like that's not what it is, baby. Okay, it's just you have a special kind of energy, a special kind of mission. Okay, and your specific kind of mission can seem very lonely sometimes, like you're not constantly surrounded by your soul family, but you really truly are. Like you're much more tapped in and connected through that energy of oneness than you think. It's like you haven't even begun to feel what the energy of oneness can offer you, but it's just because you're a little bit conflicted in the mind, and you feel like, well, you feel like, well, maybe all of this, you know, work that I've been doing, it's almost like you're questioning your own journey in a way. Like maybe all this work that I've been doing is a waste of my time. Maybe I'm hurting myself more separating from certain people, but at the same time he's saying like you feel the happiness though. You feel the difference with the Eight of Moons or the Eight of Cups. You feel the difference every single time you walk away or someone walks away from you. You do go through that time where you feel like you lost or you feel like you missed out, but then you snap right back into alignment and you're aware of the energy of wish fulfillment being in your life all over again because you followed directions, you released, and you let go. But he's saying after all that, you need to make sure that you forgive, that you really truly close out that cycle with that person. And sometimes that looks like, still hanging on, still sending messages like, hey, what's up? What you doing? When y'all energy don't mix and really that person is gone from your life because it was just time for the two of you guys to move on. He's just saying, like, try not to hold on too tight to certain things of the past or certain relationships or situations. Go ahead and cut it off, cut it out completely. Because there's nothing back there that you need to go back and get. You got it all. What's abundance and ghosts? Ooh. We got the Page of Wands, okay? So, the Page of Wands always gives me like spiritual student type of energy. But also it's the vines around the Page of Wands, around the wand, it gives me like a binding of your energy in some way. Like some part of your energy could be like not necessarily binded, you know what I mean, but still needs to be released with the releasing of certain people or certain situations of the past that maybe you could still be thinking about something like, I just don't get it. I don't understand why that didn't work. I just knew that was going to work. That was, my person, or that person was like the best friend I ever had, or I just never thought, me and my sister or me and my brother would fall out. I just thought everything would always be great. But you just have to understand that things are great even when things fall out and people fall out of your life. And you can't like fault somebody else for going along their own way. For all you know, they have a whole nother rougher path to go on. And if you would have went down that path with them, then you would have been going through your own things and going through the things that that person had to go through. So just be very grateful for what it is that you do have and where it is that you are in life. Even if you feel like, you're tired of always having to, choose your own balance over other people. Why can't you just attract balanced people, But you have come in from the cold and you are attracting these balanced people because this is what you hold within you. Such a beautiful, balanced, and amazing star power. Like, it's very obvious what you deserve, and you're going to receive all of that. But this time of independence that you're having, where you're feeling like you're not having too many people around, is perfect for you. It's perfect for your creative expression and for teaching you how to properly communicate with your soul, kin, and spirit before you learn how to. Or it's not before you learn how to, but before you come into that soul family that's here on this earth that's very physical. And some of you guys have, certain pieces of it in your life, but not the whole thing. Like, you're still working on attracting your real true people. So you just have to like not focus on attracting the people, just focus on your own creative expression and having that communication with the divine. And when you're ready, they bring in your life any and everything that you need right when you need it. Ooh. So we got the golden mirror, okay? So I feel like you could be someone who in the past attracted a lot of like self-absorbed narcissists and like one-sided type of relationships where people like love bombed you or, took advantage of you in some sort of way. But he's saying this was all to get you to learn the lesson of your self-worth, like I heard earlier, okay? Self-worth, that's why he said that. This was all to get you to learn to really truly love yourself, to really truly be there for yourself without a friend or a family member in sight. You know what I mean? This was time that you needed to yourself, to learn to value your own independence. And that's what each and every person that you ever walked away from or that ever walked away from you taught you. What's the Ace of Wands and the Wanderer? We got keys on a ring, okay? It's like, that's what I was saying though about how you feel like you feeling like these people, like everybody can't be seasonal. Why the fuck does everybody keep, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but why does everybody keep like, separating from me, feeling like just an option in dating and in your regular like friend lives, And it's just like, it says decision unconventional, Okay, you are unconventional. You make the proper decisions for yourself when you need to make them. And your spirit team would never want you in a situation where you're getting strung along or where you're getting treated like some sort of one night stand, or where people aren't appreciating and loving you for you and for the lessons and energy and teachings that you bring. We got the mask, okay? All these people were wearing masks and distracting you from walking in your own true light. It says not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. That's not what you deserve. And that's why you're having this time to yourself, to focus on you and your creative expression and what type of energy you wish to express out into this world, and being trained on your gifts and how you work with the divine, and making sure that these types of things aren't never going to happen again, that these people aren't going to be able to ever cross into your territory, in that way again. And that's why I said at the beginning, you're being very protected. What's the Six of Stars and the Page of Wands? But it's this energy where it doesn't feel like protection, okay? We got ascending. You're ascending in a major way at this time. You're transcending any and all obstacles that get thrown at you. Right now, you're learning and you're in a place of expansion. You've stepped into a completely new phase. And that entire time, you were being prepared for the true union with the divine and with the self. We got talking, okay? And that's what I said at the beginning too, with that throat chakra energy. Talk about whatever it is that you need to talk about with God at this time. Learn to have conversations with God. Learn to sit down and express yourself to Him, and to show Him your gratitude, and to just take that time where it's just you and Him. Because it's just like any other relationship that you build with your soul family on the outside of you. It takes time, it takes love, it takes dedication. It takes openness and honesty. It takes trust also that they're going to come through for you in the end. And they're not going to treat you like an option or put you on the back burner, or, like hook everybody else up before they hook you up. It's the same type of communication and connection and relationship that you need to have with God or with your spirit team, okay? Yeah, we got the butterfly, okay? And as you do this, you go through so many different transformations, and the relationships on the outside of you transform and evolve, So right now you're doing a lot of healing to your inner child, and it's caused so much growth. But it was very important that you did it kind of alone, What's keys on a ring and mask? We got the second chakra with Archangel Ariel, okay? Which is the sacral chakra or the creative chakra, okay? But also the sacral chakra can work with like sexual energies, past relationships and things like that. All the trauma that you get from the relationships with in the love category tend to be stored in the sacral chakra. So I think that there is a clearing of your sacral chakra going on right now. But I also talked about healing the inner child. So there's a lot going on with your root chakra as well. A lot of work being put into your lower chakras. So take some time to focus on your root and your solar. I say your solar plexus and this came out, but I meant to say your root, okay? So your root chakra, your solar plexus, and your sacral chakra are all receiving major healing at this time. And that's what you're waiting for in order to find this soul kin. And while you're doing that, pay much attention to your divine guides, because they're helping you and teaching you a lot. Also, he's saying working with Archangel Ariel and working with Archangel Shamiel. Ariel, he's saying, is good with the root and the sacral chakra, okay? She can work with both. And Archangel Shamiel will be really great for your solar plexus chakra, just asking them to help work out the energy to help you to heal whatever needs to be healed in these chakras for them to work properly the way that you need to work, to help with the way that you see people in the community and the way that you communicate, the way that you feel or perceive unity. Okay, this is what's being healed, the way you feel or perceive unity with those around you. Okay, seeing the cornucopia within everyone and not thinking so much that everyone's focused on this or focused on that. And also, this is going to help the way that you communicate with other people, or the way that you express yourself, or what you need when you do come into contact with certain people. Okay. This is interesting. I'm telling you, I just never know what they're gonna say. I be almost nervous sometimes. Because I just don't be knowing what they're gonna talk about. What's the final thought on this? Yeshua. Okay, so we got the soul star chakra, which is more lower chakra type of energy. Okay, it says merging with the divine though. Oh, the soul star chakra. My bad. That's an etheric chakra. That is like the ninth chakra, I think. Okay, we got beyond the mind. Okay, so but he's saying like as above so below. So as you heal and work on your lower chakras, your root chakra, healing any family dramas of the past, or healing any sexual wounds that you may have, or healing any wounds to your confidence, or to your self-worth, you're healing your etheric chakras, and you're merging closer with the divine as you go through this process. So just like trust the process. Okay. And then this is the number 10, which gives me like a big cycle closing when it does come to like these sorts of feelings, or these ways of like looking at things, or looking at other people, or looking at yourself, or looking at the relationships and the way that things end, or the way that things go. It says transcendence, letting go, being filled with divine light, channeling, karmic records, the bridge between the spiritual and the physical realms, and ascension. Okay, it says this image captures the merging of time beyond space and kaleidoscopic wisdom that penetrates our being. We have lived in many worlds, all interconnected. They uphold the lessons they carry as messages of transformation. Their synergy creates the expansion of the universe. Gaze into the place where the light between our stardust can become anything, and collective evolution is part of a grander story. When we simply let go, we become all that we have been seeking and glimpse the greater dream. Remember that you are an infinite being with the ability to expand your awareness beyond space and time. Consider that paradigms outside this physical reality may be unfathomable until we raise our vibration and can think outside of the mind. Meditate on the idea that everything that ever was and ever will be is happening simultaneously right now across multiple dimensions. It says karma, or what can be implemented or clear for your optimal progress toward ascension. Okay, it says 50. So the healing position of this soul star chakra is 15 centimeters above the head for, okay, so yeah. And then we got kaleidoscopic rainbow. That's the color that's here. So it's like you're being expanded into a lot of different perspectives, but it's like some of these certain perspectives that spirit comes from can seem very outside of the box, and it can go against everything that you knew to be true, like up until this point in life. And you just have to be willing to release certain things in order to make room for such an expansive viewpoint, or, to make room for, that's period. Okay, so you can make room for such an expansive viewpoint within you, but it requires that you release and truly forgive. When you've truly forgiven it, because it's not something that's on your mind all the time. Or if somebody from your past does pop up, you're thinking more about a positive time that you spent with that person, rather than dwelling on the negativity, or feeling like you're being punished, or you're receiving the wrath of God in some sort of way, just because you walked away from someone and decided to no longer work as a team with that person. It's okay to put distance between you and someone else if if that's what you're guided to do, or if that's what's going to be best for you and that person in the end. So, my love, with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you needed out of this, and I will see you later. Bye.